All right. Good morning, everyone, and good evening who have joined from US. So today we are in the day 2 of our SCM online training. So today also there is the demo session. So and we are in the batch 53 of this SCM online training. Let's continue with the demo session today. So first, let us quickly go through a quick recap on what happened yesterday. So let me open this agenda. So you can see in yesterday's session we have understood. Okay, in yesterday's session we have understood what is a Fusion application and a little bit on the history of Fusion application and how Fusion application is acquiring most of the market now. And what are all the positive aspects of Fusion application? We have seen that one, and we have understood the different cloud architecture. What is SAAS, what is PAAS, and what is IAAS? And we have also understood in which model most of us will be working. We will be working as a SaaS consultants after this particular training. And the technical people will be working mostly on the PAAS part in development and all those things. We functional consultants will be working completely into the SaaS model, and whenever they build a custom component, for that also we will be supporting. That's what we have understood in our yesterday session. Then we have seen what are all the Fusion offerings available and what are all the offerings which we are going to concentrate. So that is also covered in our yesterday's session, and also by end of the training, what are all the things you will be getting. We have gone through that, and finally we have seen what is the approach of our training and how CloudShine training is best in the market. We have discussed about that in our yesterday's session. I hope most of the people have joined yesterday's session. Is there anybody who had joined newly today? Is there anyone who had not joined yesterday's session but joined today? Okay, so I believe everybody have joined yesterday as well. Okay, all right. Okay, so is the recap okay, guys? Are you able to remember things what we have covered yesterday? Any questions on yesterday's topic or yesterday's discussion, or any new questions? Please go ahead. We'll go through that, and then we will kickstart the day 2 topic. So today the agenda will be to walk you through a procure to pay and then order to cash cycle. So that is the high level like business process cycle we are going to see, and then how these cycle will be implemented in the system and how this is connected to our module, and then how that is connected to our course content. So before I walk you through the step-by-step course content, you need to understand that the 2 major cycles, the procure to pay cycle and order to cash cycle, and then we will understand the modules related to that. Okay, that's the plan for today. By end of today's session, you will know exactly what you are going to learn for next 60 hours. Okay, that's what the agenda for today. So let me have a little bit of question and answer, like any questions, clarifications. Let's go through that, and then we will kickstart today's session. Any questions, guys? Okay, are you able to hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay, no questions so far. Okay. All right, no problem. Okay, so let's get started with today's session. So first, you can see I'll just take the course content which we are going to walk through today. So you can see this is our Oracle Fusion SCM course content. So here you can see there will be introduction to SCM Cloud will be there. That is the first area we are going to see. And then you can see for each module, for example, if you take the product data hub, That is one module. Inventory management is the second module. Procurement is the third module, or order management is the fourth module. Rather than we say module, we should say hereafter as offerings. So product data hub is offering one, inventory management is offering two, procurement is offering three, order management is offering four. So we are going to see the four offering in this complete training. However, like before we get into this topic, you need to understand why we need to learn this four. Okay, why we have chosen this four modules only, even though there are many modules are there. Why we have chosen this four modules? That's what first we will try to understand. Because you need to learn the software product which is most required in the market. Okay, then only you will be able to get into a job, or you will be able to switch the job. All those things can be easily done only when you learn the product which is needed in the market. So let's understand how these modules are most needed. Okay, let us try to understand that. So let me get into an Excel to explain your process flow. Okay, so in the market, basically two process flows are mostly used. Okay, you can see two process flows or two end-to-end flows are mostly used. Flows are, you can see, mostly used, and even in that one of the flow called as the P2P flow. Okay, P2P flow, which is also you can call it as the procure to pay flow. So this is actually most used in any business. Okay, there are lots and lots of business like this procure to pay flow will be used. So this is at the this is basically at the expense of the company, expense side of the company, and then there is one more flow called as the O2C flow. O2C flow. This is actually called as the order to cash flow. Okay, order to cash flow. This is the second flow. This is actually the revenue side of the company. So every company will have a revenue side wherein we will sell something and then we will just gain some revenue, and the procure to pay flow wherein we will spend something, spend some money and get what we need to manufacture a product or to resell that product. So that is what we will get it in the procure to pay flow. So these two flows, if you know end to end, how to implement in the system, how to transact in the system, then any companies which is implementing Fusion, definitely you will be able to join the project. Okay, that's why we are concentrating on this two major flow, procure to pay flow and order to cash flow. So both of them will be end to end. You will be trained to implement as well as transact in this particular course. So are you with me, guys? Why we have chosen this two flows? And any questions on this? Are you with me?
No. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So now let us discuss about the P2P flow. Okay, procure to pay flow. So let me use a process flow diagram, and then I'll just quickly explain you. For example, a procure, or else before we get into the procure to pay flow. Okay, that's okay. Like I'll just kickstart like that. Okay, now you can see. Let's start with the like a requester. Okay, you can see. Let's start with the requester. Basically, requester in the okay, one moment. I don't think I'll put it as a swim lane diagram, so it will be easy for you to understand that. One moment. So just give me a second. I hope you're able to see the visual which I'm opening. Are you able to see the visual which I opened now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So for example, let's take this P2P. Okay, let's take this P2P flow. Okay, P2P flow. So we will draw most of the process flow during the session, so you can get engaged rather than just presenting a flow and then you will not get the grip. Okay, So here you can see three, here basically three people or three swim lanes are involved. So let's take one is the organization. Okay, one is the organization which is involved. Okay, organization, and then another one is, you can see within that organization itself. Basically, we have a or we can say vendor. This is outside the organization. We can call it as the vendor or third party. Okay, this particular procure to pay flow happens between the organization and then the third party. Okay, so now from the organization, basically any particular organization, you might be taking an example. For example, you might take a Flipkart or Snapdeal or Amazon, such organization who just does the business of buying something and then selling to others. Or you can take a car manufacturing company. Okay, let's take a car manufacturing company like Audi. Okay, so now Audi, how they will manufacture the car? First, they will just buy the material, buy the raw material, then they will manufacture the car, then they will sell it to their customer. So in this, okay, maybe consider this is here I'll put as maybe this one Audi as an example. Okay, so now first what they will do, they will find what are all the materials which is needed. Okay, so here you can see first they will request come from, you can see request come from engineering department. Okay, engineering department engineering department or similar or any other department. Okay, I'll say engineering department or maybe manufacturing department. Okay, manufacturing department. That will be the first activity. Okay, to buy the materials. Okay, to buy the materials. So they will tell, you can see they will the engineering department or manufacturing department, what they will tell. Okay, we need so and so material. We need this 1,000 engines. We need 1,000 windshield. We need 4,000 wheels. Likewise, they will give this request. So this request is may not be in ERP system. First, they might give a request, and then based on that, now what they will do. So here in this organization itself, there will be a procurement team will be there. Okay. So now this procurement team, the procurement team receives the request. Okay, receives the request, and then what they will do, they will start a request, and then what they will do, and start to find the, or we can say start to source the material. Okay, source the material. So what source the material means, they will try to get it, purchase it from the market. So they will see who has that 1,000 engines or who has that 1,000 windshields. So they will try to find, and then that's where they will identify many vendors. Okay, that's where they will identify many vendors, and then they will go to the market, and then they will you can see they will go to the market, and then they will find. Okay, these suppliers are providing the material. So then what they will do, they will actually, you can see what they will do. So they will send the, they will send, so here you can see they will send invitation. Okay, they will send invitations for RFQ. Okay, they will send invitations for RFQ. First, they will, RFQ means request for quotation. Okay, so they will send the invitations for RFQ to many vendors. So now what will happen? Vendors will receive the invitation. So you can see vendors will receive invitations for RFQ, and then once vendor receives the invitation, so then vendors will submit the bids as well. Okay, vendors will submit the bids. So now vendors will come and say, okay, I can give you each engine for maybe 1 lakh rupees. Another vendor come and say, okay, I can give you each engine for 80,000. Another vendor can come and say, I will give you for 70,000. So then finally we will do that bid evaluation. So here you can see they will do the bid evaluation. And then once the bid is evaluated, the company will finalize the bid. Okay, so out of this 3 vendor, this particular vendor is doing really good. So then what they will do? So they will just finalize the vendor and issue the order. Okay, finalize the vendor and issue the orders. Okay, or you can say or submit the purchase orders. So this is how we will just issue the order, like same whatever we do whenever we try to purchase a TV or a laptop. What we will do, we will go to different online website, maybe Amazon, Flipkart. We'll go and check, and then maybe we'll directly go to different shops like Reliance Digital or Emax or Chroma. We will go and check, and then finally we will buy from the best place. Right? Do you agree with me? So whenever we want to purchase some high cost items, this is the process we follow, right?
Yes.
I hope most of us does the same, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So similarly, the companies also follows the same approach. Like they will float the RFQ to many companies, then vendors will submit the bids. Then based on the best bid, then they will finalize the vendor and submit the purchase order. Now, then what will happen? Then you can see, then the company will send the purchase order to the vendor. You can see, send the PO to vendor. So then a vendor will receive the PO, and then you can see now vendor will receive the PO and he will ship the goods. So here you can see vendor receive the PO, okay, and then what he will do? He will just ship the goods. It can be a goods or it can be a service also. Okay, when here you can see vendor ship the goods. Okay, vendor ship the goods and or services. Okay, or services. Sometimes it could be a services or it could be a goods also. He maybe sometimes it is just implementation of a software, maybe on activity. Sometimes it is just like maybe repairing a particular material. So in such cases, they will come to our place and then they will provide the service. Or if it is just a material, they will just ship the material. Then once vendor ship the material, then what we will do? Then we will receive the receive the goods or services. Then you will receive the goods or services. Once we receive the goods or services, then vendor will give the invoice and then we will make the payment. Okay. So now, okay. Basically, vendor will also submit the invoice. Okay, vendor submit the invoice. Okay, that also will happen parallelly, because the moment vendor ship the goods, at the same time he will send the invoice as well. Okay, so now what we will do? So here you can see we will receive invoice from vendor. Okay, receive invoice from vendor. So now what's happening? You can see like both of the activity. When he just ship the material, at the same time he will do the invoicing and then he will submit. Then what we will do? We will, from our company side, we will make the payment. Here you can see. We will just make the payment. Make the payment to vendor. Okay, this is the step. Make the payment to vendor. And then we will match the goods and then we will make the payment to the vendor, and then vendor receives the payment. That is the last step here. Okay, here you can see vendor receives the payment. Vendor receives the payment. So this particular, okay, this whole process is called as the procure to pay process. Here you can see it starts from an engineering department or a manufacturing department, give a request for the material, and then finally we will receive the materials and then we will get the invoice as well from the vendor, and then finally we will make the payment to the vendor. So this is the last step in the procure to pay. So here also we will have the accounting step will be there. That is the financial step. I'll also put that step as well. You can see account and post to ledger. Okay, here one step will be there. This is the last step. You can see account and post to ledger. This is actually done by the finance team. but that is actually the right end of this particular process. Okay, so this process is called as the procure to pay process. In this one, if you have any questions, please let me know, guys. Are you able to follow this process? What is a procure to pay process, and step by step, are you able to follow?
So Vijay, requisition will be raised by which team? Manufacturing team or procurement team?
If requisition will be raised by the manufacturing team or engineering team or planning team, they will raise the requisition.
Okay.
You can see this is the first step. So the requisition will be raised by any other team other than procurement team.
Okay.
Okay, right. Any other questions, guys? Are you able to follow?
And so this process flow chart will always be made in Visio and tools like that, or there's a provision in Fusion also, Oracle Fusion?
So in Fusion, this kind of process flow and all you cannot make. This is actually Visio's very best tool for making this process flow. So that's why we use Visio. And for when you are becoming a software consultant, all the time you have to put this kind of business process and technical process, all those things. Like Visio would be better. So that's why we use, and it will be easier. If I want to make this process flow in a Word or a PPT, I need to spend like a little bit more time. It will be very, very helpful. This and this kind of swimlane based ones, it will be very easy to use.
Okay.
So for
see the process will be neat and clean. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So Visio training also are you providing? Visio?
No, Visio training we are not providing. But okay, so for this particular session we have used this Visio, but Visio training we are not providing. Okay, so Visio training is like using any other Word or PowerPoint. You can very easily learn by just seeing some video.
Okay, but so throughout the training process, the instructor will use Visio only to show all this process flow.
No, like he might use Word, Excel also, and Visio as well.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So with respect to the process flow, technical things, let's come to that. Like the software which is used to present, yeah, that can be anything. But I would like to know, are you able to understand the process? Procure to pay process. That is the key for today's agenda. So are you able to understand this process?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions, guys? Anybody? Okay. So now, okay, in this particular process, let's try to see what are all the modules which is involved. Okay. So now you can see the requisition. Basically, you can see. Let's take this. Sorry. Let's take the first step. For example, requisition. You take the requisition. The requisition is created. So here you can see I'll put the step, and then here I'll put the offering. So in which offering, basically that step will be achieved. For example, requisition can be created in an offering called self-service procurement. Okay, self-service procurement. Self-service procurement. Then there is another, okay, what is the next step? Then procurement team will receive the request, then send invitation for RFQ. So you can see the RFQ, or we can say RFA, or we can say any auction. So these kind of things you can just perform. You can just perform in an offering called sourcing module. That module name is called sourcing or sub offering. Okay. So everything in P2P flow, whole thing is coming under the procurement offering. Okay, procurement offering is the top level offering, and under that you have this sub offerings are there. You can see this is actually the sub offering. So sub offering, one is self-service procurement, second one is sourcing, and then let's see the next one. So then vendor will receive the invitations, then vendor will submit it, then bid evaluation, all those things you will be doing in the sourcing module. Then we will finalize the vendor and issue the purchase order. So PO will be created in a module called purchasing. Okay, so you can see PO is issued from purchasing. Here the the major module called is a procurement, but the PO will be issued from a module called purchasing. Okay. So then once the PO is issued, then you can see vendor will receive the PO, vendor will ship the goods. You need to receive the goods, right? To receive the goods, you can see to receive the goods. Okay, receive the goods. Basically, you need the inventory module. Without the inventory module, you won't be able to receive the material. So you need the inventory offering. Okay, and then in case if it is just like if it is just a services, okay, if you want to receive the services, then even you can do that in the self-service procurement as well. Okay, self-service procurement as well, but only if it is an expense item. Okay, it's an expense only. If it is an expense only, then you will be able to do that in the self-service procurement itself. But in case if it is a goods, that's an inventory item, then you must in need of a inventory offering, then only you will be able to receive the goods. Okay, once you receive the goods, then you will create an invoice. So for example, if you want to create an AP invoice, okay, AP invoice can be done in the payables module. Okay, payables module. So and also AP invoice and payment will be done in the payables module. And then you can see account and post to ledger. So this will be done in the general ledger module. Okay, general ledger module. Okay, now do you understand which offering is needed to perform this procure to pay flow? Are you able to understand this process?
Okay, somewhat we got it.
Yeah. Okay, so if you have any questions, just like ask me. When I hear somewhat I want to be very clear. So you can try to ask if there is any questions here. You can explain me. Then.
So
there is
all
different-
these offerings, what you have just explained, we are covering this training because account and post to ledger, you said general ledger. Is it in the procurement thing only, or it is in a finance module?
No, it will be in finance. Only the connection points we will see. For example, after we receive it, we will do the invoicing and account and post, and we'll show you in the session. But implementing the payables and general ledger itself is a separate 60-hour training.
Yeah, that's what.
That is a finance training won't be covered in this one, but in the procure to pay flow, you always need to know how the invoice getting created and how the payment is made. That part alone, okay, that part alone will be one session will cover that particular part, because you need to know the end to end.
So that is all we needing as an SCM functional consultant in our training and in our future career also, like that.
Exactly.
We
Yeah,
need not to go through entire finance module, right?
No, yeah, like in case if you are interested, you can take the finance training also, because now you should be multi-skilled so that you can easily get the job as well as you can sustain your job. So for that, many people will do both finance as well as supply chain training, but it's not recommended. Like I'm not saying it's not recommended, but it's not very much needed like that. If you are very strong in supply chain, then that's all. For finance, always there will be a separate consultant will be there in each project.
Okay, sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay. But if it is a very small project, there are many projects in which I have worked. Like one guy will be taking care of whole supply chain and finance as well. That case also happen. In such case happens, you can learn the other modules. Okay, but it's not always needed. So you can concentrate only on supply chain.
Sir, I have a question here.
Yes,
So it is actually from RFQ we create the requisition and then requisition to PO, right?
No. Requisition will be the very first step. Only if you know what materials you need, based on that only you can float the RFQ to the vendor. For example, if the engineering department come and say I need 1,000 cement bags, then you will find the supplier who can provide 1,000 cement bags, or you can consider maybe the engineering department want 10,000 cement bags. You will not go to a local vendor petty shop to get that 10,000 cement bags, right? So you will find the vendors who are eligible to provide 10,000 cement bags. So you will float the RFQ to such vendors only. So the requisition is the first step, even before RFQ.
So, but everybody needs a quoting module then, is it?
Not needed, not needed. So many companies, they will do this quoting and everything outside the system. Even some company who have implemented Fusion also, like if it is a very small project, they will not do this particular, like sending RFQ. Those and all they will not do. What they will do, they will just go and find a local vendor who provides that, and then they will skip this step. They will finalize like from here, you can straight away issue the purchase order. That is also possible. Here you can see, I'll just put a,
Okay.
yeah, likewise, you can just skip this 4 step. Straight away, you can issue a purchase order also, but there are very, very high chances some fraudulent activities may happen. Because if we don't have a system control, for example, consider I am the procurement manager. I have my friend, he is running this business. I can issue him the order for a very good price. He will earn some profit. Maybe he might give me some money. Such things are very much possible in the world. So always it is recommended to go with the sourcing module whenever we implement it.
Okay. Because we don't see, we only on the supply orchestration, we only seen the requisition number and the PO number, not the RFQ. So I just want to make sure. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, actually the like in the PO you will be able to like a RFQ won't be there in the PO, but in the background it will be referred. So we will be able to track it down which RFQ is used.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, any other questions, team? Okay, so now in this one you can see all this. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Sir, are RFQ and auction one and the same?
Pretty much it is the same. RFQ means it will be you will send the request and vendors will reply on their own time, which means you will give them 20 days or 30 days to respond to that RFQ, and vendor will just come back within the time frame. Auction means online. Every vendor has to be at the same time, and then you will just confirm, okay, this vendor has to do. Like it will be at the same time, like every vendor will be online, and then you will say, okay, we want one engine for 1 lakh. Another vendor can say 80,000. Another vendor can say 60,000. Again, the first vendor, he will say 45,000. So you will give the order to the best priced vendor at the same time. So that is auction. Everything happen online, live. But RFQ is kind of, you will send it, vendor will come back in within the time frame. Then you will decide the best bid.
Okay, thank you.
Both can be implemented in Fusion application.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so now you can see as part of our training, we are going to see this self-service procurement, sourcing, purchasing, inventory, and little bit on the payable side. So now let me go to the course content. You can see even when you go for purchase particular a product, basically you want to purchase a product. That product has to be created. So how to manage and create the product? Okay, a product in the ERP application. That is what product data hub. And then this covers the basics of not the basics, the in-depth into the product management related configuration, how to create and maintain the items in the systems or items or services, how to create and maintain them in the system, even how to load maybe a group of items. Maybe if you want to load some 10,000 items, how to use the FPGA and load. All those things will be covered in the product data hub module. Then you will learn the inventory management, how to store your items, how to stock your items, and then how to move your item within your organization, across your organization, how to receive the material, ship the material. All those things you will learn in the inventory management. Okay, these two things are the supporting module for the procurement. Then you will move into the procurement module. So in the procurement module, you will learn the complete self-service. You can see, I'll go to the procurement module. Okay, so here whatever we discussed till now, like we will do the complete implementation of the procurement module to perform the transaction, and how to manage the vendors, and then how to allow the vendor to access our supplier portal, which means Fusion supplier portal. All those things we will implement and demonstrate. Then how to perform the approval management for the purchase order, requisition, RFQ, all those things you will learn. And then how to issue a purchase order. Then how to issue the requisitions, okay, self-service procurement requisitions, and then how to issue the RFQ, then little bit on the accounting side. So these are all the things which will be covered in the procurement area. Okay, so now I hope you understand. Just by without going through the course content, I want to give you the understanding of the need for that particular module. I hope now you understand why you need to learn this procurement module. Is it clear, guys? Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay. Right. So this is okay. To implement and execute the procurement module, you also need the inventory management module. So here you can see the inventory management also, you learn how to implement the inventory management. Then inside the inventory management, how to manage a lot and serial based item, how to manage the on-hand and reservations, how to transfer the material within your organization, across your organization, all those things you will learn in this. Then how to perform the warehouse receiving whenever vendor sends the material, or when a customer return the material, how you will receive the material in your warehouse. And then how to perform the min-max planning. So all those things you will learn in detail. Okay, you will learn in detail in the inventory management. So this inventory management covers the implementation of inventory management plus the different kinds of transactions you can perform in inventory management. Plus you will learn like the product management. That is the first module you will be learning how to maintain the products and service. First you will implement the product management module. Then how to perform the basic configuration needed for the product management. Then how to create the items and maintain the relationship of the item. How to maintain some additional attributes. Like in Fusion, the concept of descriptive flex fields and extensible flex fields are there. Wherein user-defined attributes you can create, how to maintain and create the user-defined attributes, how to maintain the catalog and categories, including the item catalog and purchasing catalog, then how to load the items using FPDA and update the information using ADFDA, all those things you will learn. Okay, so there are some topics will be removed from this one, which are all advanced topics are there. So that few topics we might review and share the course content. But basically, this particular we will cover the PDH module. You can see if you go to the course content, first we will cover the PDH module, then we will cover the inventory management, then we will go into the procurement. Okay, so when you complete the procurement, you will implement the complete procure to pay cycle, and then you will test it in the system by doing transactions. Okay, are you with me, guys? How these three modules are interlinked?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions, guys? Please go ahead. Like, please try to make the sessions interactive. Even if you feel okay, should I ask this question? This looks very simple. Don't hesitate. Like you are paying the money, and our responsibility is to clarify all your questions. So feel free to ask any basic questions. Even if you feel that's a silly question, don't hesitate. Ask. Maybe that will help everybody to understand that basic things. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I am asking general question apart from this one general.
Yeah. Go ahead.
See, actually, I'm a technical side, like a ETL testing, data warehouse, ETL developer.
Okay.
These are the backgrounds from my side. So last time, actually, I'm staying in Bangalore. Last time, just I went to one demo, same like Oracle Fusion. So, so they explained like SQL and the Fusion tool. So so there I saw the catalog, that one navigation window catalog. So in this case, so after that I saw inquired your course, all those things. So that is a full different, like that is a little bit technical. This is a little bit functional, purely functional.
Yeah.
So as per my understanding, for this, for example, as you told, we can go for business analyst. I accept. Why? Because here, here technical things are not involving. Okay. Okay. If you want to completion of this course, we need to technical things also. It's required in the interview level, or only this functional enough information is enough. Like I'm preparing what you told, preparing the documents, preparing visual diagrams, and explain the team like that.
Okay, you can see like it's not only first of all, like in the let me give a little bit background about what a functional consultant does in the project. Okay, and then I will answer your question in two parts. One is, what is the role of a functional consultant? Okay, roles of a functional consultant. Okay, you can see first of all what he should know. Okay, roles, before we understand the roles, what functional consultant should know. Okay, functional consultant should know. So first thing you can see, he should know complete knowledge about the product. Okay, complete knowledge about the product, about the Fusion application. Fusion application, at least the module level. For example, if you are a functional consultant for supply chain, you should know all the supply chain module. If you are a functional consultant for procurement, you should know all the procurement module. Okay, that is the complete knowledge he should have, so that he can suggest the customer with the best solution, what they need, how they need to do this process in the system, how they need to perform a PO, how they need to onboard the supplier, how they need to do the RFQ. All those things he will be guiding them. So first of all, he should know the complete functional knowledge. This includes two kind of knowledge. One is implementation knowledge. Okay, implementation knowledge, which means like this, actually the customer doesn't need this. The customer just want to create a PO, but the consultant should tell him, okay, to create a PO, you need this, you need 0.1, 2, 3, likewise, you need this 25 setups you need to do, so that you will be able to successfully issue a PO. That knowledge he should know. Then only he can get that information from the customer, and then he will be able to configure that in the system. So he should know the implementation knowledge. Also, he should know the transaction knowledge. Okay, transaction knowledge, which means how to create a PO, how basically a business will happen. All those things he should be he should know that, so that he can understand whenever the customer explains about a PO, like you will be able to understand his needs. So that is what a particular functional consultant should know. Now maybe let me just little bit differentiate what a technical consultant should know. Okay, then we will put the roles. Okay, what a technical consultant should know. Basically, he should know how to, okay, basically he should know the technical architecture of Fusion application. You can see technical architecture of Fusion. Basically, we can say on the PAAS model. Okay, PAAS and also the SAAS model. And then he should know how to develop custom applications, and then he should know how to develop like integrations between the applications. So these are all the things a technical consultant should know, and these are all the things a functional consultant should know. I hope now you understand the core difference between what is a technical consultant, what is a functional consultant does. Yeah,
correct. Clear now. Clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
Now actually everyone in this training are trying to achieve the row number 19. We have also the other batches wherein we do OEC and PAAS training. So there it will be completely how to develop a custom page, how to develop a custom integrations. There only lot of, here you can see, if you want to do this one, you should be an expert in, you can see you should be an expert in SQL, PLSQL, and then little bit on the JavaScripts. Okay, little bit like not fully, but you can see little bit on basically a little bit on Java, and some user interface technologies. Okay, if you learn that is much better. So these are all the things which you need to know if you are a technical consultant. But in this one, like here you can see you should know the transactional knowledge. Then little bit, maybe you can say very little knowledge in SQL is enough. Just if you learn some like a simple select statement and joins. This alone you should learn, so that if you want to just query a particular table, you want to understand how the data is there, or you want to develop a very simple report, you can just learn this SQL. That will really help you to perform much better than other consultants. So, or if you learn SQL, then that would be good for functional consultant. But if you want to be a technical consultant, you should know SQL, PLSQL, then little bit on the Java and other technologies as well.
Yes, thanks a lot. Now I cleared a lot. But the positions are, which are more positions? General.
Sorry, what is the? Positions you are asking?
Yes, yes.
What kind of position will come? Okay, so here you can see it will come as Oracle Fusion, a functional consultant. Okay, Oracle Fusion functional consultant, or even it will be Oracle Fusion SAAS consultant. It will be like this, SAAS consultant, or sometimes they will say particular module itself. So you can see they will call it as Oracle Finance consultant or Oracle SCM consultant. Okay, and then Oracle HCM consultant. Likewise, the position will be there. So whichever module, whichever area you want to go, that particular module you need to learn. It's finance consultant, HCM consultant, procurement consultant. These kind of roles will be available in the market. For this one, yeah, it will be Oracle technical consultant.
Yes.
Oracle technical consultant, or it will be Oracle PAAS developer.
No, number of positions compared to so technical are more or functional are more. So how the things?
Okay, okay, it's based on kind of let me put a pyramid structure. Then it will be easy for you to understand. So how the position will be there. Okay. For example, it will be like this. Always in anywhere if you go, it will be like this only. Let me just put, you can see, you take like this. For example, you will have at the top level, you can say at the top level, you will have maybe project, sorry. This is, you can say, project director. He will be only one, okay? One person will be there. Maybe one person will be there. Then then below that you will have the project managers will be there. One moment, guys. Okay, project managers maybe per module, maybe one manager or two managers or three managers according to the size of the project. Maybe project managers approximately maybe 3 will be there. Then you can see functional leads. Okay, functional leads will be there. Who will be driving the like you can see there will be functional leads, like one for finance, one for supply chain management, and one for maybe the O2C. Okay, maybe HCM. Likewise, different functional leads will be there. This will be around maybe 6 people will be there, 6 functional leads. Then here you can see functional consultants will be there. Functional consultant. For example, if you take supply chain itself, for sourcing, one consultant will be there. Where self-service procurement, another consultant. Purchasing, another consultant. Likewise, for each stream, four consultants or 5 consultants will be there. So this will be go up to 12 consultants will be there. Okay, this is the functional consultant. Then below that you will have the maybe you can see functional analyst will be there. Functional analyst. So in a project, it can go up to even 25 functional analysts will be used in a project. Then here similarly you will have the technical consultant. So here you can see I'll put it as maybe a technical consultant. Here technical consultant will be maybe 2 will be there. Maybe you can see it will be lesser. Like you can see technical consultant here 2 will be there. Maybe technical lead, I would say. Technical lead will be 1 or 2 will be there basically. Maybe you can say 2 leads will be there, and then technical consultant will be maybe 4 consultants will be there. But technical analyst, you can see technical analyst or developers. Here are the developers will be there. Developers you will have up to 10 plus developers will be there, 10 to 20 developers, sometimes 30 developers also will be there according to number of components we have. So this is how it will be there. You can see the technical people, when they go on the upper side, it will be lesser. And even the project managers will take care of the technical things as well to just deliver. This technical lead will deliver, and the project manager and project directors will be less. So they will be mostly on the functional side. They will talk only functional. So if you are on the functional side, like you will be moving like this. If you are on the technical side, you will be moving like this. And then finally, you will come back to this side. Are you able to understand how many? Yes. Yeah, in a typical project, this is how it will happen.
So where we strong, we have to identify. We need to learn those things. Correct.
Correct. So here you can see if a person is, you can see just 1 to 2 years, he will be a functional analyst. Okay. If he is maybe, you can see 2 to 5 years, he will become a, even 2 to 8 years, he will become a functional consultant. So this is actually, you can see 8 to 15 years, he will be in the functional lead. Okay. The project managers, we can say, you can see 10 plus years. Okay. 10 plus years, he will be in the, he will become a project manager. And then project directors, at least he should have 15 plus years. Okay. 15 plus years in the, then he will become a project director. So based on which experience you are, you have to go and sit in this particular job profile. You may be, if you're a fresher, you will get into functional analyst. If you are having around 5 years experience, you should try to go for a functional consultant role. These roles will be assigned by the company itself, but in the online you will see just as Oracle Fusion functional consultant, and they will put a approximate experience.
Okay, got clear. So what about the packages, sir? Packages?
Like it is always like up to the based on the college which you learn and those things. But if you or based on the previous
packages.
Okay, but if I want to give some average it out, for example, functional consultants, they are getting now like 3 to 5 lakhs. Yeah, but there are some, but we know there are some colleges. They are recruiting even functional analysts for 10 lakhs also. Okay, based on the college only. And definitely somebody who completed their Bachelor of Engineering in IIT, they will not accept for a 5 lakh package, right? They will ask for a 50 lakh package, and they will not come into this kind of role. They might directly go into some bigger roles, project managers kind of roles they will go. So by default, you can see it's a 3 to 5 lakhs, and this is actually, this will go to maybe I will say 5 to 15 lakhs. Okay, this is 5 to 15 lakhs. And then here you can see functional leads, they will get up to, you can see 10 to 25 lakhs, they will get it. And then like the project managers will be like much above. So it will go to 15 to 50 lakhs will be there for project managers. And then the project directors, it's maybe share options, all those things will be there. So this will be the, I'm saying an average package, which is available in the market.
Okay. Got clear idea. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Yes, this functional analyst people, those who will be joining after doing this Oracle Fusion SCM, they would be people like as a profile of business analyst, like requiring gathering this business requirements and then creating gap analysis and all that.
Yeah, correct. So you like what you learn about this product. So they will use that knowledge in the project. Basically, what you will do. Here you can see we'll talk about that roles of a functional consultant. Okay, so here what you will do, you will just conduct client meetings. Basically, you will conduct client meetings and gather the requirement. Okay, gather the requirement. This will be your first work. Client, but if he is a functional analyst, mostly they will not allow functional analyst to go and talk to the client. Mostly functional consultant and functional leads will talk to the client. Functional analyst will just support the consultants.
All right.
Okay, then you have to gather the requirement. Then basically you need to document the requirements. Okay, document the requirements as the BR there are business requirement documents, or there maybe BR 100. Or the requirement documents, there are many models are there. According to that, the document will change. Maybe consider MD50. This is or we can also call this the lean spec. Okay, lean spec. This is a specification for the technical components. Okay, lean spec will be created. Then once you prepare the document, then what you will do, you will do the configurations in the system. Okay, you will do configure the system. Then you will do you will write the test scripts. Okay, you will write the test scripts according to the configuration. Test scripts according to requirement. Okay, then perform SIT. You will perform the system integration testing with other components. Then you will prepare for UAT and train the customer. Okay, train the customer. Then assist customer for performing UAT. Then he will do the prod configurations. Okay, he will do the prod configurations. then post go live support. Okay, post go live support. So all this work will be done by the functional consultant actually.
So, sir, during the training, will cover all those aspects?
No, that is BA role.
I know. I mean, like, but since I told you that my experience and I have quite a good gap, so I had attended one boot camp of business analyst where I have gone through all these things. So I am just trying to combining the two things. Like, if after doing this Fusion Oracle this thing, and if we are going into this kind of a role similar to this role and using this Oracle Fusion SCM product there, so like, how do we go and how do we combine the two things?
Yeah, you can see like this why I'm trying to explain this. This is the work you will be doing in the project. The whole work, it might go for 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years. In a project, you will start from conducting the client meeting and gathering the requirement and go live support. This may be a 3-year gap between for the first topic and last topic. Okay, sometimes it may be a 2 year, it may be 3 years. It's a long process. Okay. In this training, to be very honest, I don't want to give you even not only one false promise to you, but I want to be very clear. You will be learning completely this part from CloudShine, and myself and Edwin, we will be completely covering the knowledge with the Fusion application. But if you know that, like how to conduct a client meeting, nobody need to train you. Even if you ask a fresher, okay, go and conduct a meeting, show them how to create a purchase order, then they will tell, I want an additional field, or I want this and I want that. That will be an ongoing learning process. You will make it. Even if I can talk about this for hours, but you will not gain anything, or you will not get much of the thing, because this you have to gain over the project experience. You have to gain all this thing. But how to write a test script, we will share you sample test script. How to configure the system, we will share you the sample BR100 documents. How to have the requirement document, we will share you a couple of sample requirement document. This and all, we will provide you some samples. We will also give you a walkthrough. That will be one session. We can cover the whole thing. But the experience you have to gain in the project. But whatever support you needed, sample documents which you needed for these things will be provided. Not for everything. For example, for configuration, we need BR100. For functional document, you need MD50. And then you need some test script document. All those samples we will provide you. You can download and keep it for your reference.
Okay.
All right.
And who will write here user stories in this case actually?
That is done. User stories has to be written by the consultant, functional consultant, and it should be vouched or signed by the.
Okay.
Because a customer cannot sit and write the user stories because he don't know how to write it, or he don't know what is a user story also. The user story is basically the agile for everybody's explanation I'm giving. User story means it is just a requirement written in a specific format. You can just Google it as user story. You'll understand the details of it. So that is nothing but writing the requirement in a specific format. So that will be done by the functional consultant. Then that will be shared with the customer. Customer will review and he will sign off. Yes, this is my requirement, or we have missed something, or they need to add something, or they need to change something. That only will be done by the customer. But it has to be written by the functional consultant only.
So my question here is, like, apart from doing this, would the certification in business analyst kind of a thing would help to restart the career?
You see, like these things and all, you can very easily do it. You can explain it to the interviewer very easily. They won't expect much on this one. You can tell, you can note down this, and you can tell I can perform all this activity. Not a big deal. But learning these things, technical, when I say technical knowledge, it's not SQL, PLSQL. You need to be technically strong with respect to the Fusion functionalities. Then doing this is an easy job, because if you know how a purchase order works, how a purchasing flow works in Fusion application, if you're very strong in that, explaining that to a customer, like how I am explaining you guys. Likewise, you can explain that to a customer, you can showcase, you can demo that in the system. Then the customer will say, okay, can we do like this? Can we do like that? Can we change this name? Can we add one field, or can we change the color of the page? Such questions will come from the customer, and you need to answer yes or no, and you will be able to justify that and help them to achieve. That's what will happen in the whole project. So
All right.
you first of all, don't worry about this. So for next 2 months, concentrate on this. Get yourself very strong into the Fusion application. Then you can maybe but I will request Edwin to cover one session to completely on this particular process. So that maybe in the last session he will cover and share all the necessary documents. That should be enough for you to go and talk in the interview.
Sir, okay. So just one question. See, recently I inquired about actually I'm trying to function like a business analyst side. As of now, still I work as a technical side thinking, and I worked as a Scrum Master few months. So I inquired. So whatever you're showing, same thing they explained in the business analyst training. So I thought that if you have business analyst skills plus these Oracle Fusion functional knowledge, it will be very strong, our resume. Is it correct?
That's correct, but like if you ask me, I have not taken any such training. I'm straight away I'm into a project. Okay, in the project I have learned all these things over 15 years now. Okay, so now actually I'm also a project director in one of the organization. I'm an associate director. Like I'm performing nearly this particular role. Okay, I'm nearly in this role between these two roles. But I have learned everything from the project only. But if if there is a specific course they are providing these things, like I would recommend that. That's not a big deal. You can just learn that. So it will add much more value to your profile. If you say I'm trained in this one, then it adds much more value to your profile. Yes.
I got it. So why? Because from the technical side, who written the SQL queries or programming, all those things, they doesn't have that much knowledge generally in the documentation side, proper documentation. Why? Because they did not invest the time in the documentation. They invested in the time in the logics and the output they are looking. So in this case,
sorry, I'm interrupting you, but even if you learn that, you should not go and do the technical documentation. You will be doing only the functional documentation. You will write the process flow like I created. You see, you need to put a detailed step-by-step process flow, L1, L2, L3 process flow. And then you have to say what configurations you are doing. So those, like basically the BR100, MD50 only you will do. Even though you learn this process, the technical documentation should be done only by the consultants and developers. We should not go into that area until unless you are very strong in the technical side. You know how to write how to develop a full component. You should not go and write those logics and all into the document. So in the lean spec, you will write only the functional side of it. Technical developers and technical leads will take care of the technical documentation.
Okay, got it.
Okay, all right. Okay, so team, I hope you got some idea about the positions. What is the role of a functional consultant, and what are all the positions are there, and you have to suit yourself to which position. I hope you got some good clarity about that.
Yes, really good session today. We got a full picture.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, so this comes whenever a question is being asked, we'll just drive towards that, or else we don't know the expectation of the students. That's good. Yeah, we had this discussion. Okay, so now coming back to our course content. So you have understood this three things. Similarly, for an order to cash cycle. So from the order creation, basically from the customer side, when he places the order, we will receive the order, then we will ship the goods, then we will just send them the invoice, then the customer will pay the money and we will account it. So that is the sales side of that. So that also will be covered during the training, and that needs product management, inventory management, and order management. So these three things will be you will be implementing as well as you will be executing during the training. Okay, so that's where this particular course content will cover both the procure to pay cycle and order to cash cycle. And by end of this training, you will be able to do implementation plus execution of the transaction. Okay, so this is what this is what I want to walk you through this course content, and then I want to take up any questions like this, general questions or course specific questions. I'm happy to cover that today. Okay, so today is the second session, and today, as you know, today is also a free session. So from Monday it will be a paid session. So if you have like any question related to the timing, so today you have joined from what timing you have joined? Like in India time, it will be 7 o'clock, correct?
Okay.
India time you have joined 7 to basically 8:30 we planned. But for the regular training, we'll start half an hour earlier. So India time will be 6:30 to 8:30, 2 hours. Okay. UAE time will be like 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So similarly, you can see the timing according to the India. You can just put a calculation for the US time zone as well. So that is the timing. And then what will be delivered? Okay, basically I'll put what are all the things delivered from. Okay.
So one more question.
Yeah.
See, just I'm asking. See, if this is a open, I thought everything. I thought. So
Mm-hmm.
now online training, like live session, the fees is different, and the self-paced training is fees is different. So, for example, 6:30 is not possible for me generally. Why? Because due to some reasons. Why? Because I need to prepare my kids to school. So those things are there. So in this case, if I take self-paced, so what are the differences mainly? So can you support, for example, in the self-paced class, same recordings you are providing. Once if you practice those things, if you have getting the doubts, so can you provide support for that also? No, it's not like that.
Yeah, that is what that will become a regular training itself. Okay, I will just explain you. You can see what will be delivered from CloudShine. I'm going to club your answer, like your question, and then what I'm trying to explain here. So what will be delivered from CloudShine? You can see 60 hours of 60 hours of instructor-led training. Okay, instructor-led training, which means like how we are having interactive session. We will have the session. You can ask your questions online. You can ask your question on the spot, get it clarified until you are clear. You can get it clarified. So totally 60 hours of instructor-led training will be there. 60 means it's not exact 60. It may go up to 65 because many people ask more questions, and then we cannot skip any questions. We need to answer all the questions and then get them clarified. So it may go up to 65 also, or sometimes the questions are lesser. It may go up to 55 also, but for completing the content, it will take like 60 hours based on our experience in the 52 batches. Okay, so that is the first thing. Second thing, we will provide you the step-by-step instruction manual. Okay, instruction manual. So this is only for your additional reference. For example, you like, because if you take supply chain itself, this is a very, very vast area. All the topics cannot be covered. Like all the mandatory topics to do the end-to-end flow will be covered, but there are some topics which is not covered. You can follow that instruction manual. Okay, but for you to perform as a efficient functional consultant in supply chain side, whatever needed, everything will be covered. But on top of it, you want to learn some additional topics, those will be available in this instruction manual. Okay, this is also an instruction manual, or I call it as a student manual. Okay, we call it as the student manual. So that once that these two things will be done, and then you can see sample project materials. Okay, sample project materials. This is where we will cover the BR100. We will cover the MD50s, or we call it as the lean spec. Okay, we'll call it as the lean spec. And then also we will cover the test script document for some modules. So it's a sample documents, not complete all module documents. So sample BR100s for procurement module, inventory, product management, and some lean spec and some test scripts will be provided. And then what else we are providing? Actually, you already know we will provide 90 days private cloud instance access. And then you will be getting same 90 days public cloud instance access. Okay, public cloud instance access you will be getting, so which means for 3 months you will be getting 2 instance accesses. So if you want to use some standard demo content and try it, you can use public cloud. If you want to use your own configuration and try out all those implementation, you will do it in private cloud. So most of the time you will be using private cloud, and then for maybe 1 or 2 sessions you will be using the public cloud, because for certain configurations, there will be an issue in the private cloud and it cannot be solved immediately. We need to go to Oracle and get support. In case if that is not solved on time, then you will use a public cloud and do that. Okay, so that's why you need two instances to practice. Most of the time you will do this, very few you will go with the public cloud. So these are all the ones which will be delivered, and I'm just thinking if I'm missing anything, we'll provide you the and also you can see here if right, did I miss anything, guys? I hope you got it right. What will be delivered from CloudShine side?
You also mentioned about the access to videos for 1 year.
Correct. So so that 1 year video access will be provided. Okay, 1 year view access. Okay, view access for videos will be covered. But these documents and all you can download. These two documents you can download. But these videos you can watch it online every day. After the session is over, within 1 hour, the video will be loaded to the cloud, and you can watch it like YouTube. You can just log in your. We have a dedicated login for you in cloudShinePro.com. Then you can log in and you will see all the videos of our batch one by one. You can play it online itself. That's a very efficient tool. So you can play it online and watch.
And so those sample project material which you have mentioned here, those can be like detailed one, like we can showcase in our resume.
Like project materials and all, you cannot showcase in resume. You can showcase in resume experience in preparing BR100, experience in preparing lean spec, experience in preparing test scripts. This will be the statement which will go into your resume, and you will learn how that document will be there with our sample documents.
I know, sir, but since I wouldn't be having a real-time experience on working on those projects, so just to showcase, like I know all these things, so kind of a thing I can, like, these are the practice projects which I have done, and I can do it to the employer, show it to the employer.
You can put it as a you should put it as a demo project. Don't say real-time project experience, because interviewer can very easily find that. Okay, with 2 questions or 3 questions they can find that. So you can say like experience in, or you can just put it as experience in preparing BR100 and did hands-on with the real-time project materials. Likewise, you can put it, but don't say like you worked in that particular project.
Right, sir. So I mean, like during the training, we can be helped with like those extra project materials if we want to practice.
Actually, I'll request my instructor to provide one session to walk you through that materials itself, how you will prepare. Like even during the training, we will prepare the 1 minute. I'll just show that one, then you'll be able to understand how during the training it will go through. You can see. Let me put it over here. Not here on tracker. You can see this is pretty much like a BR100. If you want to do a PIM implementation, you need to do item organization, BU, business unit function, location, inventory org, item class. So these things we will be doing. This is pretty much like a BR100. So you can, and then we will share you a BR100 material also. Then you can easily understand how this setups is linked to the BR100. So during the training, you will get that one. I will ask my instructor to have one dedicated session to walk you through all the project materials.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Right. Okay, yeah. So these are all the things which will be delivered. Okay. Now coming to some of the students, okay, cannot join the training every day. You have an option. You have to take this approach. Plus, what you can do every day, first 15 minutes and last 15 to 20 minutes will be just a question and answer. Okay. If you have any blockers, for example, we are giving you this assignment. We are asking you to do this assignment, and then you're not able to make it. You have some issue. So first 15 minutes and then last 15 minutes, they will talk about all these issues and clarifications. So if you are taking up the self-paced training, if you're taking the self-paced training, basically you won't be able to join the session. Okay. But in case if you're taking the regular training, you can watch the video on daily basis in your available time, and then where you only for clarifying your questions, you can join the session for 10 minutes and then you can clarify your questions and you can proceed with your own pace, because every day you will get the video, you sit and watch the video in your own time, and then you can talk to the instructor for only for the 10-15 minutes and then get it clarified. So that is the approach I would suggest. Rather than going for complete self-paced, you can see you are going to how much difference is there. Maybe a minimal, maybe like maybe around a 7,000 to 8,000 difference will be there, but you will lose the option of talking to the instructor. Okay, I mean, if you have a question, if you have a blocker and you will not be able to proceed, you lose the interest. So that's where like you need to be in the class, or at least you need to talk to the instructor, get it clarified. You will get that support only when you join as a regular student.
So in this case, what is the use of self-training generally? Correct. What your question is correct, I accept.
Yeah, use of the self-paced training. For example, you already taken the supply chain training. You are well versed in Fusion system. Then you want to learn one more module. You can go for self-paced. You can easily make that one. But if you are if you are a fresher to Fusion, you don't know how a Fusion works. You don't know how a button. You may not know the difference between a save and close, and submit. You just blindly watch the video. You want to ask a question, you cannot ask the question.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
That is where the self-paced and all will be efficient for you to extend your knowledge in additional modules. But when you come to the Fusion for the first time, I would 100% recommend you to go to this classroom session. It's not because of the financial things. Don't think like that. Like, you should need a proper guide, you should need a proper guru when you start any particular course. Once you start, you learn one module, then remaining things you can easily do it. And also you will have that grip for this 2 months. Every day you have to do the practice, come to the session. Instructor will ask you why you have not completed it. Okay, you will get that push from the instructor side as well, from our side, for you to learn. If you are a self-paced, 100% you will watch the video for 2 days, 3 days, 4th day you will do something else. You lose the grip. Now, 50 to 60% of the students cannot do self-paced. They will lose the concentration. But in a regular training, every day you will join and then you will have the interaction with the instructor. The outcome will be very good. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Thanks a lot.
Okay. All right. Okay. Right. So I hope you got what we will be delivering, and then maybe in the last 2 days itself, you have seen the quality of our training, how we will take the training, how we will answer the questions. Okay. It will be similar pace, and even if you give some suggestion and comments, that will also be included in our training. So this is the way like our CloudShine had designed our courses. Okay. So let me just present this on. Just give me a second, guys. Sorry. Yeah. Right. So so as we discussed yesterday, so like yesterday's session and today's session are the two demo sessions which we have. So from Monday, it will be paid session. So what you can do, you can just talk to Tosh and then get yourself registered and get the instance access and be ready. From Monday, our regular sessions will start. And then myself and Edwin will be there. Like Edwin will be covering from Monday. He will start from the navigation basics. Okay. And also I'll ask him to give a little bit background about the last two sessions, and then we'll kickstart from Monday, guys. Okay. In case if you have any further questions, I'm here to clarify, and then we can close today's session.
Vijay, one quick question.
Mm-hmm.
We will also cover the planning part here, like MPS, SIOP.
MPS and all, it's a separate product, a separate module called as the Oracle Supply Planning, Demand Planning, Supply and Demand Planning, Planning Central. 4 sub-offerings are there. That is a separate course. If you want to learn that one, please inform the team. There are separate batches going on, and then we can include you in that particular batch. But this supply chain training does not include the planning module.
Okay, understood.
Okay, this includes the product management, inventory, procurement, and order management. And in this one, only min-max planning will be included, because for min-max planning, you don't need the planning module. This is part of the inventory management that is included in the course.
Okay. So one more question. You will also take us through the report creation, right?
Yes. One session is dedicated just for the report development. There are two ways of developing a report. One is SQL based report, another one is non-SQL based report. And OTPA and BI publisher, these concepts are there. One session will be dedicated just for the report development and demonstration of how to use the drag and drop functionality in Oracle to easily develop any such reports. That will be that we will provide you the training on that. That will be the last session, and it will cover the little bit on the technical and non-technical side of report development.
Okay, thank you.
So Vijay, just one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So at the end of the training, do you provide any assistance or guidance on how to prepare a CV for interview or mock interviews kind of thing?
Yes,
just to prepare.
CV samples we will provide, and also like occasionally we conduct workshops on the job search as well. What are the things which you need to learn? So we have our recently we conducted one session for that. I will request the team to share that video so you can go through that. And on top of it, you need further assistance. We are there to help you. So we have 2 training managers dedicated to support you guys. Okay, if you want such things,
great.
you can just you can inform them, and then they will be mapping you to the right workshops. So regularly we conduct this kind of workshop. Those are all free of cost. You can just come and join whenever we conduct that workshop. That may happen in a week or it may happen in a month. So regularly we conduct that. So now I will request them to share the videos. You can go through that videos. What you need, what are all the things you need to do for a successful job search. A workshop we recently conducted based on our experience, based on all the comments we get from the HRs. We have just conducted that workshop. It's available in the YouTube as well. We can share that video. It's a 2-hour session. You can go through that. Definitely your job search experience will be much better than now if you attend that workshop. So similar workshop we will conduct, and then we will just include you in those workshops. That's completely free of cost, and your personal interest only. If you want, you can join on that.
Yeah, for the functional consultant requirement in US is more requirements, or they are giving the onshoring normally, or they are giving the offshore generally.
US is the most like you have the most number of requirement in US. I would say for the functional consultants, they will do this technical part. Just they will give it to India. But the functional consultant has to sit with the customer to gather the requirements. So if you are certified, if you are trained in this one, you get 2 certification. In US, within 1 month of time, you can get a very good position.
Oh, very good.
You have too many openings in US. Like, don't worry about that. If you have a visa, there is no problem with
finding a job in US for fusion. I'm sitting in the US, sir. Hopefully, your word
you will get easily.
I have a lot of previous references from US and Canada. Like I can share their profiles as well. One of my recent student, Shraddha, she was in US. She completed the course. Even before she completed the course, she got recruited. So even she can't join the last module training.
Oh God! Because basic principle is the clients exist in the US only. Most of the clients, US and Canada. So as you told, we are maximum. Most of the time, and often we are working with the client side. Why? Because we get the requirements. So greenfield projects. Yes.
Yeah.
That's great. Good to hear.
Right. So definitely you'll get it, but you should be very strong in the technical side. Technical side means what I'm saying, learn the product thoroughly. So what I would recommend for next 2 months, forget about your job search. Okay. Learn the product thoroughly with our instructor. You sit with them, thoroughly learn the product. Do all the hands-on. 40 assignments, 40 days assignment we are giving. Sit and complete all 40 days assignment. Don't deviate. Like maybe after 1 week, you may say, okay, whether I'm doing it right or wrong. We are giving our experience. Okay. Don't worry about your job search until you are very strong in the technical side. Then you will do 1 or 2 certificates. Put it on your profile header. Near your photo, you need to put 2 logo that you are certified. Okay, and then you post your profile in your market. Take LinkedIn Premium, that is free of cost for 2 months or 1 month. Take LinkedIn Premium, post your profile, have more connections. I can guarantee you within 1 month you will land up in.
Vijay, sorry to interrupt you. Can you please mute someone? I guess we are hearing a lot of background noise, so
okay, 1 moment.
We couldn't recollect you.
Okay, sure. I'll just mute. Yeah. I think now that noise is there. Yeah, thanks for highlighting. Yeah. So I'll just repeat that. So like 2 things. be very strong. Then you complete to at least 2 certification, one in inventory, one in procurement, or one in inventory, one in order management, whichever module you want. You are very strong, or your interest, at least 2 certification. Near your photo, put the Oracle certified logo, okay, and then take LinkedIn Premium and publish your profile, and daily do an update. Like today, I have learned this this offering or this particular concept in Fusion application that was very interesting. Likewise, put some post into LinkedIn that will just increase your views, and then definitely, like within a month, you should be able to get a good position. Okay, and yeah, that's how you need to do it. In all the job portals, you have to do a daily update. At least make some changes, update it, and then when somebody search it, your profile will come on the top, because latest updated profiles always will be on the top in all the job portals. So you do this kind of things. This is what I covered, a 2-hour session workshop. I'll share that videos. I'll request the team to share the videos. You can watch that, and you will have a very good job search experience.
Really good this session, Vijay, compared to yesterday.
Okay. Thank you.
So Vijay, the last question, I just wanted to know, after completing this training, we will be applying for functional analyst, right? Like 1 to 2
functional
years of
consultant.
experience.
Yeah, if you are a fresher, then you will apply for a functional analyst role. Yes.
Okay, so no previous Fusion experience.
No, not Fusion. Like that experience which I mentioned is overall, not the Fusion experience.
Okay.
If you have already 5 years experience, then you learn Fusion, you will get into a consultant job, not an analyst job again.
Okay, so suppose I have a 5 years of previous experience in a business suite, then we can say like, okay, I could be a functional consultant.
Functional consultant, yes. You should not go as an analyst. You should go for a consultant.
Okay. So,
But is it considered also? Hello?
Sorry, is that a question?
Yes, sir. Actually, is it considered manufacturing experience also?
Yeah, it is considered.
Yes.
Like even you have a similar industry experience, that is considered. You should be in a similar industry. For example, if you are doing something else which is not related to IT, that will not be considered. But you are in a ERP related business, even though you are an end user, that is considered as an experience.
Okay, sir. Okay,
all right.
In case of we are still now in the technical side, how you suggested, Vijay, generally?
Sorry, can you repeat your question? I'm not
so
getting.
As of now, we worked on the technical side. So how will you support this?
Okay, which means, okay, you worked as a, you can say, okay, once again, I'll just present that Excel. I'm not sure what is your total years of experience in the technical side? 11.5. You can see now you are on the, you can see you are on the nearly the functional lead category, okay, which is you will become a technical lead now, kind of. Am I right? You will be around the technical lead category.
Yes.
Yeah. So now what you will become, you will learn this functional skill. So one thing is you should become a functional lead in a particular project. You will become a functional lead, or you will become a but definitely you will become a techno-functional lead. If a client tell, I want this data to be interfaced with this SAP system and Oracle system, you can very well think about field level to give that solution.
Okay.
Right, so you will become a techno-functional lead, and then there are very high chances you will become basically you should put your profile as a techno-functional lead, and then you very good chance like you'll become a project manager as well, because you can understand both technical as well as functional. Once you learn this, then you'll become a good project manager. You can bridge the gap between the technical and then the functional team.
Okay, got it.
Okay, this is how you need to sell yourself. Yeah.
In this case, we need to put more extra hours to learn these functional things.
Just this 60 hours should be sufficient. On top of it, don't skip any assignment. That's what I would recommend, because you are on the technical side. You need to learn this functional part. Don't skip any assignment. Do all the assignments, then you will gather the knowledge which you need.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, since I don't have any ERP related experience and I had purely in logistics side, so I will consider as a fresher for this, right?
No. You have logistic experience, so you know how to I think I'm repeating this, but you know how to manage a product. how to manage the product related shipping information. Yeah, for an example, it may be any system.
Yes, related to shipping. Yeah.
It may be any system. You know what is a shipping, you know what is a pick slip, you know what is a packing, okay, you know what is the delivery terms and conditions, you know what is the delivery date. These are all the terminology which you already know, you learned over the experience. Just you need to map that into Fusion. So definitely your experience is 100% considered. Don't worry about that.
Vijay sir, sorry, I have to drop off. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you so much for the session.
Okay, okay, no problem. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So, okay, so just one thing before you drop off, guys, like whoever want to drop off, you can drop off. The thing is, like you reach out to Tosh and then you can get it registered, get yourself registered and pay the fees. So from Monday, it will be a paid session. Okay. And in case if you need any further help or questions, you can inform Tosh and she will be able to answer your questions. On top of it, if you still need some discussion, like during the session, first 15 minutes and last 15 minutes, we will support you to clarify all this kind of job related, career related questions.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, team.
Okay,
Bye.
okay. So yeah, any other questions any before we drop off?
So can we get this sheet, Vijay? I mean, after the session, can we get this sheet where we have you
yes,
have
yes.
mentioned
What we
all
will
the
do, we will
details?
upload this into the SharePoint, and once you join, we will give you the access to the SharePoint. All the sheets and this PDF and PPT, everything will be available in the SharePoint. You can use from there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, team.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, if you don't mind, can you tell us your LinkedIn profile name?
Yeah, yeah, we can share that one. So like you can be connected with me as well in the LinkedIn. So I'll just share my profile details. Like I'll request the team to share it with you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, team. Thank you so much. Like we will again get connected from Monday. Our regular sessions will start, and then we will just we again meet on Monday. Okay. So from my team, Edwin will be connecting from Monday, and if required, I'll also join. Thank you, guys.
Thank you everyone for participating.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. Cheers. Bye bye.